This morning's gospel passage comes from Luke's gospel, the first chapter, because today we celebrate the solemnity of the Annunciation of the Lord. And so we are looking at this time and what would have probably been the ordinary day of a young teenage Jewish maiden. And all of a sudden, there is this apparition, a viewing of an essence that says to her, you have found favor with God. And because you have found favor with God, you will give birth to a child that will be the king. Now, Mary, not ever hearing or knowing of this kind of happening, starts to question, to wonder. Now, we have to remember, obviously, the New Testament had not been written when Mary's here. And, Hebrew Scriptures does not talk much about the presence of God other than him coming to the burning bush, and his presence was there. He always spoke through a prophet or in fiery tornadoes. But here is a voice, an essence, that says to her life is about to change. And she had to have found favor with God to begin to understand, to the degree she could, what was about to happen to her. And so the angel Gabriel explains that the Holy Spirit will come over her and she will give birth. And the most extraordinary thing happens. Only Christ said something like this when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. In the midst of all the unknowing, amidst what horror might occur, she says, thy will be done unto me. She completely releases all control. I know when I'm praying, I often will say, Lord, help me to do your will. Still trying to keep in control. Give me your will and I'll apply it. No. Mary says, your will be done unto me. Profound surrender. And even in her unknowing and not knowing, have any clue, any idea what is about to happen, she surrenders. For all things are possible for God. I will be at St. John the Apostle Catholic Church this weekend and the following few days for a Lenten mission. If you are in Virginia Beach, please do come. This time of Lent is that time that we search for the impossible. We take that very difficult journey within to look within our own selves at those moments when we need to relent and surrender and allow God's will to be done unto us. That's the purpose of Lent, to draw closer and closer and closer to God. And as I've said before, we must be closer to God when Lent ends than we were when Lent began. If we're not, then all we gave up, all we sacrificed, did very little. I think it was St. Paul in 1 Corinthians said that if we give up all things, our body, everything, and don't have love, it serves us as nothing. Our work, our sacred responsibility is to be as close to God as we possibly can, because our conversion is ongoing. Our strive to be Christian is ongoing. Everything is ongoing. Our desire and our worshiping and our following Christ does not end when Mass ends. Our service begins when Mass ends, so we can go out and apply what we believe and trust and the nourishment we receive from the Eucharist. And we can understand that when this Annunciation has occurred, that we too can surrender and ask, Lord, your will be done unto us. And it then becomes easier every single morning. See, Lord, what are we going to do today?